looks like the investor sentiment has gone a bit less optimistic. Most of you believe that normalization of social activity will most probably happen next year, and that the Delta variant is something you are really concerned about. So things are a bit on a wait and see as far as your investments are concerned, but generally still maintaining your investment. It is interesting to see that most saw this downturn as an opportunity to invest and positioning ahead of the improvements possibly in the market. So that is where the investor sentiment is at this moment.
Our expectation is that global growth is going to continue to be robust, but we're potentially coming down from some of those peak levels. And so the implications there are a little bit maybe more volatility because you're not in the early days when growth is starting to really accelerate. As the title of this presentation is, though, it's an uneven recovery. And so this is different depending on which markets you're looking at. That should go into how investors are thinking about their portfolios.
The Philippine market has underperformed most of Asia due to the country's poor management of the COVID-19 pandemic, rising inflation, and our slower economic recovery. However, we remain optimistic about the stock market as inflation is now under control, and we're already ramping up our vaccination efforts, and the focus on vulnerable groups and NCR Plus should help us reduce deaths and help our economy recover faster, allowing the country to avoid a ratings downgrade. And corporate earnings are also recovering despite the ongoing crisis, while the valuations of stocks are still cheap, with most trading significantly below their 10-year historical average PEs.
This is what I wanted to see in terms of an index. I wanted to be able to see the index attempt to make a pretty good recovery, something similar to these two lines that you see here. We've broken 6250 a little bit. I hope it can try to rebound, to try to regain that support. But if not, 6150 is the previous low here. So what I did not want to see is this. So the first situation is where the market now extends its reaction, falling all the way back down to 6150. And hopefully that this low here will hold. Because if this low holds, then at least that your market will hold sideways rather than down. And if 6150 breaks and it falls a little lower and closer to that 6020 level, this is where this downward channel is currently situated. If we see prices go all the way back there, two things can happen. It's either it rebound from here, or worse, it will do something like this and try to be able to threaten to break below that 6020 level, in which case the next support will be 5700. In being a trader, you want to be able to concentrate where there is action and where the flows are generous. And the reason for that is because if you know where volumes tend to be able to participate on, more likely this will be the stock that can concentrate or normally move first and wider, especially when they're coming off a rebound. You want to stay with strength. You want to look for durability into the market when you're looking for a potential recovery, because you can see that the flows are going to that direction, and they will likely continue to stay in that direction when that recovery comes in place. Then look for potential technical openings as, of course, the gradual economic reopening takes place. Please, it will take place, okay? It's just a matter of time. Just take advantage of the weakness that you have now, because eventually we're going to gradually pull out.
We heard today that the market looks like that it is in a process of digesting new events, whether global scene or even in the local, more particularly the Delta variant, and how this will affect the economy and the market. While growth may slow down in the developed world, they're a bit slowing down, the view is it is still strong, still remains strong and conducive. For the local scene naman, COL has been consistent this year that in taking the view that the market is generally on its way to recovery. There will be bumps along the way, but the people are generally seem to be in better footing this time around. The recovery may be uneven, it may even take a little bit longer, but investing opportunities abound.